In this video I'll talk about the 15 games that will be added to the PS Plus Extra catalog on October 17th. The first new game in the catalog is Alien Isolation. It's a survival horror with stealth elements about Ellen Ripley's daughter, who tries to find out about her mother's fate, serving as a technician on space tugs. The player has to quietly and stealthily explore the locations in search of necessary items and ingredients for crafting in order to resist the xenomorph and survive on the space station. Alien Isolation is really able to create an atmosphere of pursuit and make the player feel like a victim who is about to be caught up by the monster and torn to pieces. The Dark Pictures House of Ashes will also be added to the catalog. This is the third installment in the Dark Pictures anthology, a series of interactive horror movies. Events unfold in Iraq in 2003. A detachment of military men accompanied by a CIA agent is assigned to check a potential chemical weapons factory at the foot of Mount Zagros. There they are ambushed by a local patrol, and during the battle due to an earthquake on the surface, a hole is formed through which both squads find themselves in the buried ruins of a Sumerian temple, where something sinister has awakened in the darkness. The developers have done a good job on the characters, and each of them has his own character, so it is quite interesting to follow the dialogues and the development of the plot. The next game that will be added to the extra subscription is called Disco Elysium: The Final Cut. It is an isometric RPG where the main character is an alcoholic detective. The developers have created a world with a great level of freedom and variability of problem solving, and it depends only on the player whether the detective will become a light urban hero or a dark sadist, any way to achieve his goal. It is true that the game has a huge amount of text, which must be read in order to immerse yourself in the world and feel its atmosphere. In the game you can dance, sing karaoke, write poetry, use drugs, and create your own image. The fourth new subscription game is Gotham Knights. It is an open-world action RPG set in Gotham City. According to the story, Batman died and launched the so-called Nightfall Protocol, leaving the defense of the city to his four assistants: Redcap, Batgirl, Robin and Nightwing. Each defender has his own fighting style and abilities, but you shouldn't expect a completely unique character. In fact, each of them has the same strikes, just animated differently. The heroes have levels, which will need to be pumped up by completing tasks, unlock skills and abilities, as well as get new equipment, without which it is simply impossible to pass the game. In October, PS Plus Extra catalog will be supplemented with Dead Island Definitive Edition. This is a survival horror with RPG elements, in which the main character after a drunken binge wakes up in a hotel full of reanimated dead people. The events of the game take place on a tropical island in Papua New Guinea, and from this island the player will have to escape. You can do it, by the way, and alone, and in a cooperative up to 4 people. I'll tell you right away that if you have a chance, try co-op so the game will get bored not so quickly. The next game that was added to the subscription extra is called Elite Dangerous. It is a space simulator which offers to explore the Milky Way with more than 400 billion solar systems, each of which is inhabited by planets, satellites and asteroids. All space objects in the game have real chemical composition and move as they do in reality. The player can travel among the stars and planets, discover and explore new worlds, complete faction quests, and cooperate or fight with other players. However, the first thing to consider is that this is not a fun arcade game, but a complex simulator that will not take you by the handle around the game and show you everything. After training, players are off on their own space voyage, and it's up to them to determine who they want to be and what goals they want to achieve. The seventh game is called Gungrave G.O.R.E. It is a third-person action game where the player takes on the role of an anti-hero named Grave, who fights against mobs of gangsters from all sides to stop the drug menace. He is proficient in melee attacks, firearms, as well as a transformer coffin, which is also used as a weapon capable of inflicting monstrous damage. The game, of course, is budget, which is evident in the graphics and game mechanics, but fans of the anime Gungrave will definitely be interested in playing for their favorite hero. Also in October, Far Changing Tides will join Extra's subscription service. In this game you take the role of a ship captain who sets off on an unpredictable voyage through the flooded world after the cataclysm. The task will be to cope with sea storms and other obstacles encountered on the way, and to explore the most dangerous corners of the underwater world. The ship is prone to breakdowns, and to fix them, players need to search for new components and dive into the depths of the waters in search of fuel or lost items. Over time, the ship is modernized and turns into a more and more perfect swimming vehicle. The game has pleasant visuals and music, which allows you not only to enjoy the gameplay, but also to relax in a pleasant gaming atmosphere. The 9th new game of Extra Catalog in October will be Outlast II. It is a survival horror game with a first-person view, in which a journalist searches for his wife, who was kidnapped by religious fanatics. The protagonist is unable to resist his enemies, so he is forced to save himself with the help of escape and stealth. Also in October, hardcore adventure game Eldest Souls and adventure game about a young girl who went to rescue her brother Röki will be added to the catalog. Deluxe and premium subscribers will also be able to play Tekken 6 fighting game, Ape Escape Academy platformer, Soulcalibur, Broken Destiny fighting game and IQ Final puzzle game. You'll be able to try all of these games next week, on October 17th. And to keep up to date with new games that are added to your PS Plus subscription every month, and those that leave it, like or dislike this video, leave a comment under it, subscribe to the channel, press the bell and turn on all notifications so you don't miss my new videos.